It's already halfway through the year and we're starting from scratch. By completing SBCs, playing matches, and competing in FUT Champs, we're going to build the best ultimate team that we can in the time available. Welcome to my FIFA 17 halftime road to glory. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 19 of the halftime road to glory. And before we get started, I just want to say thank you for all the support on the previous episodes. But today's episode is very packed full of content. That is right, guys, we got some FUT Champs games coming up. We also have some SBCs. We have a tournament to try and get a cheeky TOTS Sigurðsson, and on top of that we're going to open some packs to try and pull some more BPL Team of the Season cards. So it's looking very nice for this episode. And the first game we came up against was against a 95 rated Team of the Season, Alexis Sanchez. What an overpowered card. He's so hard to push off the ball. However, I don't think my opponent really knew how to use him too much, because he's really just sprinting through my entire defense, not using any of the LT-RT that probably Sanchez will be very effective with. So yeah, it was that sort of game. However, guys, Dybala is going to make a 1-0 here, and with that, I'm not really going to talk about the gameplay, really. I'm going to talk about how I felt this weekend, and that's what we like to talk about. And you guys can watch the gameplay back over the top, as always. And yeah, so that's pretty nice. But I don't know what it was about this weekend, but I just felt nice on the ball. My dribbling was on point, using nice little ball rolls, a little LT-RT dribbling. And on top of that, shots were going in. There weren't really any like things against me or for me. I felt like this weekend was a nice weekend, surprisingly, because I thought the servers were going to be dreadful for BPL Team of the Season. But when even that came out, the servers didn't really like slow up or anything. I don't know if EA upgraded them or not, but hopefully this weekend is gonna be a sign of many weekends to come, because I don't really want to deal with the laggy gameplay anymore. And yeah, this weekend was very nice in terms of lag and gameplay. Now, moving on to the fact with the silver cards that were the requirement for this weekend league, and I feel really sorry for anyone who actually invested in any silver cards, because their price spiked for the weekend league and then they just crashed. I'm pretty sure Inform King was at 80,000 coins and now he's back down to 20 or something like that. On top of that, the silver Team of the Seasons would have just crashed in price as well, and it just goes to show that you don't really need the best players to perform that well, especially when it comes to silvers, because the difference between a lot of the silvers aren't going to be that huge of a difference. Yeah, there are some silvers that honestly feel like gold cards, but yeah, so they're only 3 players on the pitch, and if you can combine with a whole bunch of other players, it's not really that big of a deal, as Messi makes it 4-0, and that's how the game is going to finish, with that one a very deserved win. But yeah, so with the whole silvers thing, I'm very happy with my silvers, because I bought like a 500 coin Sensi, as you can see on the screen there, 9.2 rating in the CDM position. He's doing amazingly well, and I actually really like this card. So I'm not really complaining on my end, because I made no losses in my silver investments pretty much. I bought them for discard. I can just keep them in the club or discard them, really, and there's not really that big of a deal. However, there's a lot of people who did buy very expensive silver cards, or maybe they had them. But yeah, so I just felt really bad for them in the end, really, because I didn't really have to spend anything. But I knew people who came up with some amazing silvers, and they lost like 4-0 to me. So, oh well, what are you gonna do? And it's kind of interesting to see how many people rely on the really big teams. I've come up against a few opponents this week compared to last week, and they would have like really overpowered players in all positions, but now instead of a Pogba alongside their Vieira and Kante, they have like a silver alongside their Vieira and Kante, and it just completely changes the game up and changes how people play and all that sort of stuff. So I think going forward, if they can add more of these requirements, that would be amazing, and just give a bit more variety to all the games within FUT Champs, because it's interesting to play with these different silver cards that we don't normally play with throughout the rest of the FUT Champs, and I honestly found it really fun. But that might not be the opinion of everyone. However, there Suarez is able to make it 1-1 with a nice double tap across the keeper. And Suarez, again, he's just so good for me. I don't know what it is about Suarez, but he seems to be the best striker in the game, hands down. And I was playing with the Purple Sun in this for the entire 40, and I actually love his card. He's got a very nice card. So I would highly recommend him if he's still out to go pick him up. I think he's down to 150 now, so Sun doing absolute work, and you'll see his stats after the rest of the games. And if you're getting 1 goal contribution a match in Foot Champs, for me, your player is doing absolutely amazingly, and you can't really complain about that. But it is going to take us all the way up into the 80th minute to get us the second goal, and very nice passing play around the whole thing. And that's what I was saying, I was just in a very nice passing groove, and that whole play was just very nice passing wise to make it 2-1. And then in the 88th minute, we are going to seal off the deal here with Dowell getting brought down in the box. And he scored some bangers for me this weekend. Unfortunately, I didn't record any of them, but he scored some absolute great opportunities. And he got brought down in the box to make it, or was it Dele Alli? It might have been it was Dele Alli who got brought down. And that is going to make it a penalty. And Messi's going to step up and take this one because, you know, we got to feed Messi's goal stats. Now I'm joking. I just like using the left foot for the penalties. It kind of throws people off. They always think that you're either going to go left or right. I just put it straight down the middle sometimes. Sometimes it go left and right. But, you know, what can you do? And that is how the game is going to end. A very even match. But yeah, that is our final match of the Foot Champs, and that brings us up to 29 wins for the weekend. So we do get Elite 3 once again, and another Elite finish. It's going to bring us back into a good position to potentially get Elite 1. If I get 29 wins again next weekend, I can get Elite 1. Otherwise, I will settle for Elite 2, 15 red informs, that's great. And potentially, I think next month there's going to be Team of the Season cards for rewards, so that's going to be very interesting. However, guys, on the screen in front of you is the team that we did use. I'm just showing you very quickly, and let me show you what Player of the Month Sun did for us this weekend. In 20 games, because I split obviously half between both teams, he scored 19 goals and got 10 assists. In my opinion, for a left forward / striker, that's absolutely amazing. As I said, 1 goal contribution per game, that's absolutely great. So I will happily take that, and he feels a lot better than Griezmann, in my opinion. So I probably will feed Griezmann through that Suarez SBC, and just get the Suarez SBC, because I'm sure a 94 Suarez will be better than a 92 Suarez. However, guys, these are the 2 teams that we are going to take into the daily knockout tournament, because we have to do that as well to get the Sigurðsson card. So that's what you guys are going to see in a tiny bit. However, guys, I'm not going to show you the gameplay because we have a lot more stuff to get through. But yeah, so these are the 2 teams, and for the Sigurðsson SBC, we were only allowed 1 special card. And in this game, I think it was a 2-0 victory, a rage quit in the 11th minute, so a very quick rage quit, very quick game. And then I forgot to record the end stats for the second match, but we did manage to win 3-1 against Squid FC. And then in the third game, we managed to win, I think it was 4-0 against Rolls Royce. And surprisingly, 3 shots on target, 4 goals. You know, EA with that quality stat tracking, there we go. And then you might have seen a glimpse up on the screen that it was 4-1 in the final match, and that allowed us to pick up that Sigurðsson card. So once again, very quick gameplay, and we were able to get the Sigurðsson card on the first attempt. And I'm not really going to show you the gameplay footage because it's just going to be goals against not top quality opponents, so it's not really worth it there. And to be fair, my opponent had a lot more shots than me, but Messi was just on fire this match. 3 goals in for Messi there, and his Mane, he had Team of the Season Mane as a special card, and that Mane is absolutely just so overpowered. But we do manage to pick up the Sigurðsson card, and he's got very nice stats, and I'm thinking of playing him on an engine because that brings him up to 80 pace, 95 passing and 93 dribbling when he's got 8 chem, and he will get 8 chem because he doesn't get any strong links because he's got that Messi on the side there. So I will choose that, and some key stats from him is going to be like his finishing is like 89, long shots 92, 93, shot power 92. He's got His agility and balance are a bit on the low side, but he's got 92 stamina, so that's really, really key. So I think he's going to be very, very, very worth it, and he's going to go straight into our team. And of course, guys, we are going to do some SBCs in this episode. We were doing the playing abroad SBCs, and these are probably going to be the final packs for the BPL team of the season, because I don't think it's worth it to risk all my packs on the BPL team of the season. There's a lot of cards I would like to pack, but yeah, I don't know. There's some cards that I'm not that big of a fan of. For example, as Pilaquete, I know he's got insane pace, but I would just pick up an Ogbonna because he's taller. I think he's got relatively the same pace. His defending might be a bit lower, but he's cheaper as well. So once again, I'm not really that fussed about the BPL team in the season. Yes, a lot of their cards are overpowered, but it's alright because we're going with what we know. And the likelihood of you packing a BPL team in the season is actually very, very slim. Especially since a lot of them walkouts. And we got very, very lucky to pack a team of the season, Marcus Alonso, in the last episode. We're also going to try 2 of these EPL premium upgrades, because we just had a bunch of discard players that we kept from the pack opening last episode. So we're going to put them all through the Premier League upgrade, and we are going to get a total of 7 packs to open. And I'm just going to say this right now, we don't really get anything of real significance or value. Like, all the players were just, they're all rights players, they're not great players, but they will be useful for a whole bunch of SBCs. And I think coming up, maybe not soon, but that League 1 does run out soon. So we know that the player of the season was Kante. They announced that on Twitter. So we might be getting a new Kante SBC. On top of that, there might be a Bundesliga SBC. All these SBCs might be coming out in the next few weeks. We don't really know what's going to happen. But right here, we do pack a shadow card. And I had to buy one to put on Marcus Alonso. And it's extinct right now. So chuck it up, 4,900, 5,000 coins. And it is going to sell. As you can see, my coin total will go up after this pack opens. And in the next pack, we get Giovinco. And I think I have 3 of him now, so that's a bit unfortunate. However, guys, looking at my record is currently 2.7 to 1. And that's pretty decent. I don't think I've ever had a record like that in FIFA, just because in the first few games, it's hard to, especially in competitive, like maybe previous FIFAs I might have had a record like that, but in this FIFA never had a record like 2.7 to 1, just because in the first few games you're really trying to figure out what the hell is going on with the gameplay and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we were able to, we didn't really have that problem here, so we were just able to rack up the wins straight away with this FIFA halftime road to glory. So that's pretty nice. The record is getting up there. And in the second last pack, we managed to pack a John Terry, who just played his final match for Chelsea, I'm pretty sure. And then in the final pack, the 50k pack, no walkouts, but we do get a decent sized flare, and it is going to be Socrates. And it would have been very, very nice to pack him next week, because he probably would have got a team of the season card. And looking at that pack, it's actually a very nice pack. There's Renato Sanchez, Koeman, there's a whole bunch of good players there. However, guys, these are the 2 teams I am going to rock for this weekend league. Of course, we have the new signing of I forget what his name is, but the 87 rated Sampdoria dude, and he does give Suarez the 10 chemistry. We're going to see right here, it's Torreira. And I've played him on another account, and he's very decent, so I might try him out instead of Bonaventure and see how it goes. And then this is the main BPL team, and it's looking nice now. We got the Marcus Alonso with a shadow card, and that boosts his pace up and his defending up to insane quantities. So he's probably going to be the most overpowered left back in the game right now. And then on top of that, that Sigurðsson card with an engine chemistry style on 8 chemistry. As I said, his card is looking very, very nice. But yeah, so that is the team that we are going to rock with. And of course, Sigurdsson's on 8, Messi's on 5, but that's all right. And I'm not really too fussed about that. But that is going to be the episode for today, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. We managed to get the Gylfi Sigurðsson, as well as build a squad for the upcoming Foot Champs. And it's looking very, very nice. I'm very excited. And I actually managed to sell on my Dembele for 6,900 coins. I don't know why I was going for so much. Maybe because of the new tournament, but I just managed to sell them on. I just did it and we got the coins back, and you'll see that in the next episode. However, guys, that is going to do it for this episode. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Don't forget to drop a subscribe as always, smash a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below telling me what you think about this series and whether or not you got the Gylfi Sigurðsson card and if you're going to be playing him in your team. But that is going to be it for this episode, guys, and I will see you in the next one.